Hi, hello, welcome back to the Late Night Talks podcast. Today is a bit different because we have a special episode. So, I just graduated today and I'm filming this quite early compared to other episodes. Usually, I film it on a Monday when I have episodes go out on Tuesday, but today is Thursday and I graduated this morning. And yeah, that's over. Film school's finally done. I get to finally be free and enter the working world and yeah, just become an adult. But yeah, I'm here to talk about letting go of the past, moving on, and how growth can feel like a loss. Most of the times when you're doing new things and you're venturing into this whole new journey all by yourself. But before we do that, I did want to honor this episode since it is so special. I do have some special attire. I did have to rent out this toga for graduation, which was not gonna lie, a bit expensive. Like it was like 70 euros, which to be honest is like for just having it for one day. So I've been manically going around and filming things, and I was like, I should really record a late night talks podcast episode. So that's what we're doing now. And of course I did record a mini vlog, kind of a mini vlog, but it's like I still have to figure out what the formatting will be. But once this episode is out, the the vlog is out over on Hafidos IRL. So make sure to go check out my graduation vlog if you want to learn more about that. And I do have some and I do have some film school Q&A and like vlog videos from back when I was going to school. So make sure to check those out as well. But before we start anything, I did want to go ahead and cap myself, which was something that I experienced today. I got first in class for which I'm really proud of. Like I got first in class for my course, and I got the robing ceremony, which was so awkward. Like I went up there and they were just like, the guy who was the principal was saying some sort of like, we welcome you into this brotherhood, and I'm like, what brotherhood? Did I sign up for a cult? But no, basically it's like this whole thing where students are like honored and they're given this like new title. It was all nice, it was all great, it wasn't anything too special, but also I'm really proud of myself for doing that. But also, if you don't get honors and if you don't get first in class, it's okay, you graduated. Like if you graduated, you're good. And then even if you didn't graduate, like I feel like there's so much build up and there's so much anxiety and stress, and everyone's like, oh, I can't wait till I graduate. If you manage to graduate, all well and done. But if you don't manage to graduate, that's all fine. It's all just hype for no reason. Everyone experiences FOMO at some point in their life, and to be honest, with graduation, I feel like even though I am proud of myself and even though I am happy for graduating, it's nothing too special, it's nothing too crazy. But yeah, so this is my cap. I'm gonna wear this on myself. I don't know how long into the episode is gonna last, because to be honest, I have a really big head. Like I don't know what is up. I don't know, like proportionally to my body it looks fine, but for some reason size wise it's not great. So this cap is double XL and it doesn't fit all the way around. So I have to like put it in this like awkward back side thing. Also, I can't move my shoulders that much, and I'm trying not to move as much because you hear that noise. Nah, I don't want that, because I know it's gonna be a pain in the ass to try to like remove the noise for like podcast listeners. Because yeah, if you're I just realized how weird this might be if you're just listening to the podcast rather than seeing it. So if you have no clue on what's going on, basically I graduated, I'm wearing my toga right now, and I just put the cap onto my head. If you hear some noises here and there, it's my toga just moving around. It's the material, I think it's like satin or something. But yeah, this is my cap. It's really like, it's high up, my hands can move that much, but I don't know what you're supposed to do with the tassel for the cap, so I'm just gonna put it to the front, because someone said putting it at the back means you haven't graduated and putting it at the front means you have. So I have graduated. It also has this really cute charm. It says 2024. But yeah, I only have this for like, I have to return it tomorrow. I was gonna say I have it for one more day. I don't. The day is over. Okay. This is not the usual like chill in your PJs in a hoodie type of vibe for a podcast, but to be honest, we have to But to be honest, we do have to act extra at certain points, so it's fine. It's fine. We all like you need to do it for the plot. You need to do it for the drama. You need to do it for the occasion. But yeah, okay. Oh god, this is gonna move around. The task is gonna move around. And it's gonna be so annoying. Okay. So let's get started with today's episode, which is titled "Growth Can Feel Like a Loss." So I did want to talk about this, of course, when I am graduating, because I am at a point where I do have to let go of a lot of things in life and I do have to move on with my life. But also, I am here to preach and sort of talk about how it's okay to let go of the past and it's okay to move on with your life. You don't have to always stay lingering with what you've done in your life and stay stuck on things which you might believe to be your greatest points or your highest highs. I feel like if you get stuck on those points, you'll never be able to reach any more higher highs, I guess. And it's the same thing with your lows. If you don't move on from your lows and if you don't push through those challenges, you'll just be stuck at that point. And it's better, it's easier, and it's easier said than done. But I have been at points where I've had videos do really well and I would be stuck on them and I would be afraid to post, or else I would be getting some really bad marks in school and I'd be like really stressed over it and I'd almost give up because I would tell myself, oh, I'm not good at this. And this is a throwback to another episode I spoke about, which is the imposter syndrome episode, where I spoke about how I never really, in the creative industry, I never really knew myself as an artist. And another thing which I mentioned briefly, but I low-key kind of forgot to mention, was how much you feel like you aren't good enough in the arts that you do. And in my field, which is creative media production, which is low-key film school, I always feel like I can always improve and I can always be better. And I feel like that's the reason I got the qualifications I did for my graduation, is the fact that I'm always so open to like change and learning and not really scared to stay in my own style and be set in my own ways. I feel like I am always there to like, make things better and make things easier and also make things to the best degree that it is possible. But I do also want to talk about in today's episode, friendships, because that's also a big thing. Today I got a chance to finally meet up with my classmates from my course, which unfortunately I can't really say that because a lot of people say that when you enter university and when you go through college, you meet your lifelong best friends and you meet your lifelong friends that you will keep until you die. No, until you keep when you turn and become an adult. Because once you become an adult, it's quite hard to find a new friend group and it's quite hard to be able to, get your new group. In college, it's quite easy to find those smaller groups and those niche groups and you're able to find your own community. But as you grow up, it gets harder and harder. But unfortunately, I do have to say that getting out of university and getting out of college, I don't think I do have lifelong friends from my course. And I'm not saying that I hate my course mates and I don't say that I despise my course mates. It's just that I never got to the point where I really felt like we were close friends. I do consider them as friends. Like, I don't consider them to the point of them being acquaintances, but I don't consider them as being like close friends. They're just people I know. They're friends. If I see them around, I'll speak to them. Maybe we'll go out once in a while. It just is. We aren't the same types of people. We aren't on the same wavelength. I don't know if that makes sense. We don't click. It's different. Everyone has their own specific types of people. And yeah, today when I saw them, I felt happy because I thought it wouldn't be as great as it was. And the best way I can describe it is when I got to see them again, because mind you, I haven't seen these people since May. Some of them I haven't seen since May, but some of them I haven't seen since July. I have seen some of them in July, and now we're in November. And I've seen some of them in July because I went up to Poland to do a film workshop and some of them were there. But also, majority of them I didn't see since May. And when I got the chance to see them again today, I feel like it felt like it was the first day of school like, all over again. And I got to see this like fresh new face to them. And it was quite refreshing and it was quite nice because when you get used to people and when you get to see people so often, you get quite used to them, but also you nitpick the small things. You see that their character as being like a bit flawed, and I feel like that's just sort of the idea of having like siblings. You know, when you see your sibling every day, you take them for granted, and you don't really appreciate them for who they are as individuals. But then once you see them once in a while, like you grow up and you don't see your siblings in months, and then you get to meet up again, you're like, I don't know why when we were younger we used to always bicker and like fight. But to be honest, it makes sense when you see people that often, you just take them for granted and you don't really, give them the value that they're worth. And today when I got to see them, I was like, oh damn, this is nice, because I feel like I went back to my first day. And just to give some further context, some of the people from this course did the advanced diploma, which is basically in the same school. They just did like a lower than degree level to be able to build up to the degree. So some of them already knew each other when it came to degree, but I was quite new to the field because I did my A-level exams, which is basically like the university entry exams. So I was doing junior college, which is something different. It's like high school, but not really. There isn't really that much to get confused about here in Malta. There's like university, which is University of Malta, and then there's MCAST, which is like a bit weird because it's like this all-inclusive 5-in-1 school where they do have like high school but also college and also university level degrees, I guess. And yeah, the place I went to wasn't the main campus, which is usually the one where you have like sciences and engineers and I don't know what else, like medics and where you have your typical courses. No, it was the art school, so you have things like fashion, photography, art and design, spatial design, creative media production, and interior design. I don't even know exactly. I know there's like 8 different types of courses, but yeah, those are all of them. I think, no, there's more. I'm missing some, but you get the gist. It's an art school. It's an alternative school. So when I went to the school for the first time, I was quite like, whoa, these are new people and I get to meet different faces. And it's so, I don't know, to me, it's so exciting to be able to see new people because I get to like, I don't know, be myself. I get to like reintroduce myself, and I really do enjoy introducing myself and going through the entire thing of like explaining the Hafidos lore. It's funny because I'm saying Hafidos. I don't know if I mentioned at the start of this episode. For the remainder of this episode, I am not Hafidos. I shall go by, and I'm name dropping myself. I am doxing myself. If there's any stalkers, which I think there's many, no. My full name is Abdel Hafid Massa. First time I'm mentioning it online. Full name is Abdel Hafid Massa. And it's funny because when I attend university and when I attended my degree, they always called me Abdel Massa for some reason, because here in Malta, everyone goes by their first and last name. And my first name technically is Abdel, and my last name is Massa, my surname. But I go by Hafid because, in like Moroccan and Arab culture, you say Abdel Hafid. And there's a lot of Abdels. There, like, it's quite a common name. It's like a first name. I don't know how to explain it, but you won't find as many Hafid as there are Abdels, So I decided to go by Hafid since it sounds unique and it sounds different. And that's where Hafidos came from, and but Abdel Hafid Massa is my full name. And at school, they always call me Abdel Massa. So I'm like, okay, Hafid is my alter ego. I am Abdel by day and Hafid by night. But most of my friends know me as Hafid. And lecturers and teachers call me Hafid. And everyone basically calls me Hafid. No one calls me Abdel. It's just legal stuff and like documents, I guess. But today was quite nice because when I met up with people, I got a chance to like talk to them again. And it was quite refreshing because you weren't up to date with where everyone was after our graduation. Because although today was our graduation day, everyone sort of like moved on with their lives and sort of started working towards their... how can I say this? They After finishing our thesis, everyone moved on to their lives for their more long term passions and work and hobbies, I guess. So everyone went their own separate paths. So being able to be refreshed and be updated about what's going on is nice. I do have some friends from my graduation, which I saw today, which we did have a falling out. And it was nice to see them again, but also at the same time, letting go is great and moving on is great because I feel like the people that see you strive and see you succeed always come crawling back. And I'm gonna sound like I have such a massive ego when I say that, but tell me why. When I was running after my dreams, chasing my dreams, and wanting the best for myself, people that were close to me, that were fake, would tell me, no, there's no point. Why do you keep on trying? What even is it that you're wanting? It doesn't make sense. It's too big of a dream. It's too crazy. It's not possible. And once I move on and I decide to cut that person out, because to be honest, it's not good for myself. And I found that for my own personal growth, I need to cut some people out. It just is so much better when you actually get to your dreams and you actually get to stand up there and be like, yeah, I made this and I did this all by myself. And then they come over and they're like, I'm proud of you. You did a great job. And I'm like, thanks. Compare that back to when you said all of that. And one friend of mine, which I unfortunately had to cut out. I don't like cutting out friends. Please, this is like a big disclaimer. I don't like cutting friends. I hate friendship breakups. I swear to God, they're worse than relationship breakups because I feel like with friendships, it's like you have a sibling. So you have this like family. You have this like familiar bond, and it just becomes so natural to be around them. So having to cut them out feels so strange and weird and unnatural. So I found it quite hard to be able to move on from friendship breakups, and I do still find myself at points where I ask myself, do I really have people around me that care about me? And it's just my anxiety talking and just me thinking that I don't have anyone. But no, I do have people that care about me. I do have people that really are looking out for the best for me, and I really am happy and I'm really grateful for those people. But you do have those moments of doubts where you're like, what if everyone decides to leave? What if no one wants to stay? But no, they're always there to remind you. And I really appreciated all the love that I received overall on all social media platforms on this day. I feel like so many people came to like congratulate me, and it's so cute because even when I went to take some photos, people were like, congrats. And I was like, oh my God, you're about to make me cry. Stop. And I don't know these people. They're like totally. And I don't oh God, I can't speak. And I don't even know these people. They're like total strangers and they're like congratulating me for graduating, and I'm like, thank you. That it really means a lot when people like congratulate you and they're just happy to see you strive and be happy. So friendship breakups, unfortunately, is something that we all do have to face at some point in our lives, whether we like to or not. I had to face my first ever time dealing with friendships fading away when I moved away from the north side of Malta to the south side. And it was a really hard thing to cope with, but to be honest, you build it up in your head as being something big and detrimental. But in reality, as you fade away, you start seeing new people enter into your life, and naturally you just manage to gravitate towards people you just vibe with. And yeah, although it might seem like you don't have anyone at certain points, I feel like if you just look around you and you really just see others for who they are and you give a chance to everyone and you don't judge books by their cover, I feel like you'll be able to find so many great people because not everyone presents themselves the best way. And I feel like so many people aren't able to present themselves as they truly are until you get to know them. Like, for example, with me, I might come off as being like a bit serious and intimidating. Like, I looked back at the videos when I went up on stage and I look like internally I was panicking and I was really like anxious. But in the video, I just look really serious. So it's something that is just natural to me to just go into that mode whenever it's something which is stressful. But even when I'm in like in a situation or environment where I'm going into unknown territory surrounded by strangers, most of the time you'll just see me there like, and I won't look like I'm having a good time. Although most of the time I'll be just thinking to myself, oh God, I hope people aren't judging me. Oh God, everyone's looking at me. That sort of thing. But yeah, give a chance to everyone. Get to know everyone. Worst case scenario, you don't click with a person and you just move on. Okay, let's not talk too much about friendship breakups. I do want to talk about other things. The entire inspiration behind this episode when I was building out this season was I used to have this is Hafidos lore dropping, but I used to have, for anyone who is an OG Hafidos fan, when do I have fans? But anyways, for anyone who's been following my journey in the entertainment business, I used to have a YouTube channel back when COVID hit, which was called Bra Entertainment, which this was a really weird YouTube channel. It was basically just K-pop and chronically online memes come together to create this space in the internet. And it had quite the following. It had like 15,000 subscribers on YouTube, and on other platforms like Twitter and Discord, we had quite the following. I say we because I swear to God, with that side of Hafidos, which is the Bra Entertainment, I was a one-man company, but at the same time, I don't even want to consider it as being myself, because I was literally putting on this like fake mask. It was a faceless YouTube channel, and to be honest, it's for the best, because imagine me having to put my face on that. I would never be able to recover from that. But yeah, I used to have this channel, and for the longest time, I used to feel really plowed. I used to feel really proud of it, and I still do feel proud that I managed something like that. But it went stagnant and it died off. And to be honest, it makes sense, since during COVID there was a lot of people online, and then when COVID stopped, everyone went offline. So we didn't have that online culture as much. But when it started dying out, I was literally like holding on to all the threads I could to be able to revive this channel. And I was telling myself, oh no, I don't want to let it go. I'm too scared to let it go, because I felt like it was my highest achievement. It was my greatest feat of, oh, I finally got a YouTube channel to work out and a YouTube channel to do great things. And I was too scared to like move on. And yeah, I ended up just deleting it altogether. I feel like 2 years ago, after I watched this documentary about these monks that create sand paintings out using sand and colored sand and their hands, and they go into this like really defined, intricate detail where they paint around and they do these intricate drawings. And by the end of the drawing, what they do, or even like midway through, they just blow on it and they let all of the sand just mix up and go everywhere, and it basically ruins their painting. But also they talk about how the passion and the entire reason you create art is for the process and not for the result, which it hit me. It spoke to me, and I was like, this is meant for me. This is a sign that I really need to move on. And I feel like it's something which really taught me a great lesson in life, which is always enjoy the process and the journey rather than the final destination or the final goal. Because in reality, you're never satisfied with the final goal or the final destination. And this is very apparent in the creative industry and in the arts industry. You always tell yourself, or, have I turned Australian? What the fuck was that? You always tell yourself, why am I putting on an accent? Hafid, stop. Oh God. You always tell yourself, oh, I just need a few more views. Oh, I need just another great hit. Oh, I need a better video. Or oh, I need just another great thing to happen to me. But in reality, you're never satisfied and you keep on striving for the impossible. And I feel like it's that one mythology story about I forgot the thing, but basically there was this kid who had feather wings, who went up too close to the sun. Yeah, flying too close to the sun will make you fall because it'll melt the wax in your wings. If you know that myth from Greek mythology, I don't know what is that. I don't know the. Let me search it up. One sec. Icarus. Oh yeah, that's the one. So I feel like you need to appreciate the process rather than the final destination or the final goal, because you're never satisfied, and that's very apparent in the creative field. Because just as the Icarus myth, if you fly too close to the sun, you'll fall. And I feel like you need to appreciate, and you really need to like always stay grounded with the work that you create, and you always need to create each individual project as a baby of yours, or as like a commitment you tie yourself to. It's almost like a marriage, which you really need to make sure that you're ready for, and you need to pull through all the way. No half-assing it, no giving it 50%, no giving it 60%, not even 90%. You need to give it 100%, and you need to really enjoy it and give it your all. And yeah, I feel like that's the only way you can really create stuff which you're proud of and you're happy with. Because if you try to if you try to cheat your way through it, it won't be worth it, and it'll never make you feel satisfied as an artist. And yeah, you'll just be ridiculed and seen as a fake, which we are seeing in today's day and age with AI and, that entire thing coming to front. I hate when people just don't know how to do certain things, but they put the label of them being that thing. Like, for example, graphic design is something which I really do appreciate, and I do see even photography. And as I've spoken, I come from a creative art school, so seeing all these different fields, I really appreciate it. And I was having this one chat with one of the other students that was graduating, and basically she was telling me how she's graduating in fine arts, and she asked me what my course was, and I told her that mine is creative media production, and she was like, whoa, I always wanted to do something in the film industry and in the video production industry and in media. And I was like, to be honest, I feel like fine arts is something which is very fundamental, and it's very like traditional. And I was comparing fine arts to ballet when you do dancing, because ballet is seen as this one type of dance that if you do learn at a very early age and you do it for quite some time, it's quite easy for you to transition into other forms of dance. Where in arts, if you learn fine arts, which is like the traditional original sort of art form, it's quite easy for you to transition into other forms of art, so like photography, graphic design, or creative media production. And when I told her this, I feel like she had like a light bulb moment where she went, oh, you're right. And I was like, you can always transition from one form of media to the next. Like, if I wanted to pursue my passion for graphic design, I could always do that. Just because I studied creative media production doesn't mean I can't. But I hate when people do like one project in graphic design and they consider themselves a graphic designer. And when you see their work, it's like, why are you calling yourself a graphic designer or a photographer when you don't even have the fundamentals and you don't have the entire training behind it? I'm not talking about like some school training. I'm talking about just putting in the work and actually doing your research and understanding the work that it takes to become a photographer or a graphic designer or just a filmmaker, all of these things that are really, really important. And I feel like that's why I label myself as an artist, because I feel like I have my own special ways of creating the things that I do and creating my ideas and being able to communicate that to viewers. So right now, although I did graduate from creative media production and I would like to pursue so many things, including content creation, I do consider myself as just an artist, because I am open to me developing and finding my sound and my voice within the creative field, because I still don't have that footing. Yeah, that footing is still not present for now in the professional world, because although I do content creation, I feel like I'm still finding myself within the professional side of things. So yeah. maybe 1 year down the line, 2 years, I'll be better. Okay, so unfortunately, I do think that that is it for today's episode. I know it has been a short one. I feel like this episode is around 20 minutes long. Hopefully it's longer. I'm aiming for half an hour, half an hour, good chat. But yeah, I am feeling very uncomfortable. It's very hot. I need to get out of this, and I do still need to record some things with my toga. But please make sure to check out my vlogging channel, Hafidos IRL, my Instagram, Hafidos IRL. Basically, all social media is Hafidos IRL, my TikTok as well. And also check out the podcast over on Instagram and TikTok, which is Late Night Talks Pod. Yeah, that's the username. But yeah, please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed today's episode. Tell me any other episode you are excited to see within the season, and maybe even future seasons. And yeah, don't forget to rate this podcast 5 stars, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.